Hello, welcome to the Jackson Harris podcast. I'm Jackson Harris here with Douglas Young. The book I actually interviewed last year, to be exact, Deep in the Forest. Now, his new book, Deep South. All right, Mr. Young, can you tell me about your book?
Yes, sir. It is a romantic dramedy. It's a comedy, but it also has a fair amount of drama. And it is about three main characters living in a present day small town. And they are students at the local university. And they are looking for love and having a lot of funny experiences on that journey. And it is a story that is entitled Due South. That's the name of the fictional town, because really, while there are three main characters that the novel follows, there are many, many other supporting characters who make up the community of Due South. And a lot of the characters are really colorful and contribute a great deal to the humor of the book. And it was just so much fun to write. It was even more enjoyable writing than the first novel, Deep in the Forest. And it was just a joy to put together, and I'm really excited about it. And I would say to everyone who enjoyed Deep in the Forest that I think Due South is even more enjoyable because it has a lot more intriguing characters. It has a lot more laughs. I think it's more realistic. It's a more ambitious book because it does have a lot more characters. It is a lot longer, but it's not a super long book. It's, I believe, 266 pages. And I think that because its theme is romance and it has so much humor, but also a lot of character development and family dynamics, and it traces the evolution of close friendships. I really think there's a lot of material in the book that most everyone can relate to.
Okay, so I was thinking about the whole thing you were telling me. Is the three high school students, are they three high school students, stuff like that?
College. Well,
College.
one is a graduate student and a teaching assistant. He's the main character, Fitzhugh Rainwater. And then the two other main characters are college students.
And this is what city is actually this based in?
It's based on everything takes place in the fictional town of Due South. And that's why I titled the novel Due South, because there are a lot of adventures involving not just these three main characters, but a large cast of quirky, intriguing, funny, eccentric supporting characters. And everything that happens in the story, in the novel, takes place in this fictional town of Due South. And I actually came up with the name Due South because of a real world town in rural South Carolina called Due West. Everyone in my family went to a wonderful college in Due West, South Carolina called Erskine College. It's a superb school that is the college of the Associate Reformed Presbyterian Church. And I've always thought Due West is such a neat name for a town. It's a little town that is due west of another little town in South Carolina called Donaldson. And so I thought, well, gee, I'll just come up with a town named Due South. To my knowledge, there is no Due South town in America. And so I thought it would be really neat. And I actually began writing this novel as some short stories. And I got to thinking, I've got some really fun characters here in different stories. I think I'd like to link them up, but I'll still keep everything happening in this novel in the same little town. And so I'll just call the town Due South, sort of in honor of Due West. and just go with it. Now, the novel has nothing to do with the real world town of Due West or the real world college of Erskine. Everything, all the characters, everything that happens in the novel is totally separate. But I just thought Due South was a really neat name, and I don't think, to my knowledge, it's ever been used in publishing, and so I thought, hey, I better grab it.
And Due South, it is available on, was it on?
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Thank you for asking. It is available at Amazon and Barnes and Noble and probably just about all of your major book websites. I know my first novel, Deep in the Forest, is available at not just Amazon and Barnes and Noble, but also Speedy Hen, Target, Bocanos, a whole slew of online bookstores. And also, before I forget, let me plug a couple of upcoming book signings. I'll be having a book signing on Saturday, December the 10th at the Alpha Euro Grill at 215 Jesse Jewell Parkway in downtown Gainesville, Georgia. That's Saturday, December the 10th, 12 to 3 p.m. at what I think is the best restaurant in Gainesville. It's got the best Greek food I've ever had anywhere on the planet, the Alpha Euro Grill. And then on Saturday, December the 17th, which is my birthday, I'll be having a book signing at the Oaks Miniature Golf Course. It's a wonderful putt-putt course in Oakwood, Georgia, right next to Gainesville, just off McEver Road, and that'll be on Saturday, December the 17th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And what's so wonderful about the Oaks Miniature Golf Course is that it's all a nature trail. There's not one goofy dinosaur on the whole thing. It's like every hole, it's its own unique nature trail, and there's even a waterfall there. It's a lot of fun, and so people can come, and I'll be happy to sign a book for you. And in fact, I'll have copies of not just Due South, but also Deep in the Forest at both of these signings. But if you come to the Alpha Euro Grill on the 10th, you can get a great meal, a wonderful lunch, in addition to a signed copy of the book. And if you come to the Oaks on the 17th, you can, in addition to getting a signed copy of the book, you can have a fun round of putt-putt. And also they sell ice cream and pizza there. So come join us. We'll have a big time.
Yeah, and through the last interview we had with how many copies have you sold from the Deep in the Forest?
That's a good question, and I'm sorry to confess I don't know. But I've been really delighted with the sales, and it's been especially gratifying that so many students of mine over the years and decades now have emailed me or Facebook messaged me that they have bought the book, and everyone who's read Deep in the Forest has really enjoyed it, and I'm elated that the age range of people who have enjoyed it range from as young as 12 to as old as 92, and so far, last I checked, Deep in the Forest has 63 Amazon reviews, and every one of them is a rave review, and almost all of them are 5 stars. I think the book's average score is 4.9, and I'm delighted. I checked today, and already Due South, which has only been published for a week, Due South already has 4 reviews, and they're all raves. So I'm just so blessed with really positive press.
And with the two comparison, which one is your favorite? You like Due South, you like Deep in the Forest the best?
I'm biased, of course. I love them both. I think they're both very entertaining. I think they're very thoughtful. I think they've got richly drawn, very detailed characters. There's not just a lot of conversation and action, but there's a lot of mental thinking going on, a lot of internal thought processes and emotions revealed. They are both light reading, I would say, but they also have some serious themes. In terms of which one I like more, maybe Due South, but I really enjoy both. I think that Due South is the more ambitious of the two books in that it has so many more characters, whereas the first book had one dominant main character. The second has three main characters and a whole lot more supporting characters. The second book is significantly longer, about 80 pages longer. But they have a lot of similarities in that they're both dramedies. They both take place in the present day in small southern towns. They both have a lot of comedy, but also a lot of drama. They both involve educational settings. The first centers around a high school, and the main character is a high school history teacher. The second, Due South, centers around a small university, and the leading character, the three main ones, is a graduate student teaching assistant. So they do have a lot of similarities, but there are some real differences. Whereas the first one starts off seemingly as a UFO story. The first chapter deals with the lead character's encounter with something really strange in the woods, deep in the forest behind his backyard. And for the rest of the novel, he's trying to figure out what he encountered. Was it a UFO? Was it a military experiment? Was it some kind of a prank? Or he doesn't know. The first novel deals heavily with family dynamics and friendship dynamics, and there's only a little romance near the end. Well, the second novel, the new one, Due South, is overwhelmingly a romantic dramedy. The lead character is trying to find himself romantically. He's desperately wanting to have a meaningful romantic relationship with a young lady, and so he's in search of love. And the other leading characters are as well. And as much fun as writing Deep in the Forest was, I knew I wanted to write another novel. And I thought, well, while I'd like to keep it in the same broad genre of being a contemporary small town Southern comedy drama, I think I'd like to do something different. And so I thought I would make the second novel focused overwhelmingly on romance. Not entirely, but overwhelmingly. And so this was a new challenge. And it was more challenging in that I was exploring some areas of writing that I'd never really done before, or certainly not in this depth. I think that Due South is more realistic than Deep in the Forest. There's no conceivable science fiction UFO element to it. And I think that probably more people can relate to Due South in that virtually all of us have romantic longings, want to find love. And so I think that's something that people can really identify with.
And thank you, Douglas Young, for that.
Sure.
Yeah, and the book is available on Amazon, Books and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble, to be exact. And thank you so much for joining me here. That's it for me here. I'm Jackson Harris on the Jackson Harris Podcast. We'll be back after these messages. Make sure to check out the book, guys.
Jackson, I thank you so much. This interview was so much fun, and I really appreciate this opportunity to promote the book and to get to chat with you again. And I hope that everyone will seriously consider getting Due South. It is a lot of fun, And I think everyone can relate to it. And I wish everyone all the very best. And Merry Christmas and God bless you all. Bye-bye.